Okay, great. So all of them can hear us, Dr. Rajiv, and as you all know that the topic of today's discussion is how to how to overcome your financial challenges that you're coming across during this pandemic because of this pandemic. So because of this crisis. And we have a eminent personality with us, Dr. Rajiv Agrawal. As I had already told you, he has huge credentials in his name. And if I share something about him, it will be very little. And definitely I'll request him to introduce himself. But before that, Dr. Rajiv is MBA and PhD in finance. Not only that, he has 20 years of work experience with United Nations, and he is expert in handling and helping countries, their people, come out of their financial challenges happen due to crisis. So that is the reason we are all here, and you can ask your questions to him directly in the comments. Over to you, Dr. Rajiv. Welcome, and thank you so much for accepting this invite and being here.
Okay, thank you, Seema ji. I'm Dr. Rajiv Agarwal, working and helping people in the area of operations, finance, and making themselves establish as a businessman, as a startup entrepreneurs. I normally work with all those individuals. Either they have business or they are aspire to become businessmen, and either facing challenges in the beginning or have been doing something and have started facing challenges due to this pandemic. So all kind of businesses normally have the same kind of problems. Is not the problems are different, it is the anticipation or expectation out of that problem is different for different people, which goes to the mindset. Like if you take it positively, it will be positive problem. If you try to solve it, it will have a lot of solutions you have to find in life. So I have been working in different countries with different businessmen. My experience is in all those countries, including India, Iraq, Somalia, South Sudan, where uh, they are even less developed compared to India. India, I will say, is far better in terms of resources, in terms of capabilities, individuals, education levels, and thinking levels. They all are different in India. So I had been working with those individuals which were in Iraq or South Sudan or Somalia. First, we work on their mindset to ensure that they are in a positive state of mind. And then we start working on their skill sets, what kind of
Wow.
expertise they have and what kind of expertise they need. Means we need to know where they are and we need to know where they want to go. If these two questions they can ask rightly to themselves at any point of in life where they are now, so that can resolve most of the problems, challenges they are facing, because they will be able to identify the problems. If you identify, 80% of the work is done.
Yes, that's
So
that's
this is
brilliant. So
like
what kind
small
of
introduction that I can give.
that you have been very modest in sharing your introduction because I have heard from you, I have seen your profile and it is huge. Like you are not sharing, you have shared only 1% of your credibility here. So guys, do visit his profile on LinkedIn and you will know whom you are listening to. So you can raise your questions in the comments. Wherever you are struggling right now or you have issues in your business, job, or you have seen people, friends and relatives going through that, so that Dr. Rajiv can give you insight about it. If you have questions, we are just waiting for it. So, Dr. Rajiv, how was your experience working with these underdeveloped countries and people? Like, what kind of challenges they were going through, and what kind of stories you have?
Means like I have very different experience in very different countries. Like in India, let me start with India. When I
Yeah.
was working with Indian businessmen in the beginning, challenges mainly they are facing is finances or understanding what to start. Means they don't do homework before they start. What kind of challenges they will face when they start and end up doing profitable business. So business is not that what you know the best, you just start. So you have to understand business is not job. Job is something where you will do what is coming to you. So that means you are solving the problem of somebody when it comes to you. But when you are doing some business or when you are trying to start up something, you have to be an entrepreneur. Means you have to generate questions, type of challenges, type of requirements you will be facing when you start business. So business is not that if you are very good in one technical skills, you assume that it is the best what I can give to the world. But then once you start, then you start facing problems of manpowers, you start facing of problems of finances, working capital requirements, term loans requirements. Then also in addition to your skills, you may need some other skills which you don't have. Maybe you don't have expertise in procurement of machineries, what you need. You may start with some technology which is already obsolete. So you may end up losing more money. After 1 year, you will realize that you need to do something different. You should not have started like this. So
Hmm.
if you ensure that you are in a correct mindset and you have a correct skill set and you have been able to identify all needs in the beginning, at least 60%, 70% of needs you should know. But then you start. After starting, challenges will come, but then you should have a team or you should have some expert with you who will be guiding you to explore possibilities in that challenge. So then you will be able to resolve those challenges. So you always need to have some expert as a mentor with you, which takes you along in your mindset as well as skill set. Then he will be able to guide you if he is not expert in, because everybody is not expert in everything, but he
Correct.
may help you to identify correct experts which are needed for that kind of problems and creating new possibilities in life.
Yeah, it is actually a breakthrough situation for me as well. Like what you're sharing, do homework. It is very, very important part. And I have been talking to many entrepreneurs, and I have realized one thing: majority of them, they immediately go and execute the things. And this is very beautiful difference you have shared in job and entrepreneurship is where job you are handling only one particular job, one particular activity, but when you are a entrepreneur you have to take care of all the aspects of that business. Either you need to have people taking care of it or you should be aware of what are the challenges you're going to face, and that too it should be thought of at least before you actually execute. I can think of one metaphor. If an engineer or a civil engineer wants to construct a bungalow, he doesn't immediately start building and constructing the bungalow. First there is some plan, raw plan, then draft, and then blueprint, and then after blueprint they actually start constructing it. So this is how I think every entrepreneur should think. This is very beautiful point you have shared, Dr. Rajiv. Like I have never heard it so simply. Somebody sharing the difference and importance of doing the homework before you start any business.
And I will also say one more thing, that scale of business also is very important. Something which you want to start may or may not be scalable. So if you
Oh,
have something in mind and if you discuss that with some mentor or expert, that will be then both of you can able to identify whether what you are doing is scalable or is not scalable. So if you are starting a shop, that's a very different scenario. If you are starting a manufacturing business, it's a very different scenario. If you want to deliver some services, is also a very different scenario. So you have to see where you are fitting first, what you want to do first. So it's like a startup, or if you are stuck in a pandemic situation and whatever you are doing has been lost or has been stuck at some stage. So I feel that I have been guiding some people that it may be a very good opportunity for you to review whether what you are doing was right. Which means you will not be able to re-establish it, or you will be able to re-establish it. Problem is only finance, or problems for skill sets. So if you are new, then you have to think differently. If you are restarting after the pandemic struck, you have to think differently. So maybe you have to start something very different from what you were doing if your experience was not good in that. So if you are still struggling, if you are still struggling in that, so as a mentor, I will prefer that you rethink what you are doing was right, or you can restart it with some changes which will help you to re-establish in a much better way, scale up it in a much better way, and maybe resources requirement may also be different now compared to what was before. So it depends on where you are in situation when you are caught up or you start. So, but
So
every
based
one
on
thing is
that
very
individual case, you can guide them even better when you know when you are talking to one individual and he is going through that one specific challenge. Then it will be very easy and effective for you also to give that guidance, right? As a business mentor or a coach.
definitely, because this is not some recipe of food.
Yeah, one
This
fits
depends
all.
on the situation of the person,
True.
situation of the, and also his mindset, whether he really want to come out of that situation or he want to keep on crying that I don't have something, or I don't have skill set, or I want to start but I don't have resources. Resources can be manpower, resources can be money, resources can be anything. So but depends on whether he goes with the positivity to start again, or he keep on thinking on the limitations. So we always focus on the possibilities, not the limitations, and we guide accordingly what are the more possible situations which he can come out of it.
I totally agree with this. Like, if you're focused not only in business, everywhere in life, I also talk to my clients in this manner that if your focus is on solution, then you will find solutions. If your focus is on like something is lacking in life, then you will always find scarcity in life. So I resonate with every word you are saying, Dr. Rajiv. And that day when we were speaking, you said that running a shop is not a business; it is something else. So, what is your view on that?
Means, like, shop is one thing where you are sure for starting shop either you own the place or you rent the place. So the but most important thing in shop is the location. So if you have some capital and you know what you are going to start in that shop, and you are at a right place, if it is a consumer goods, you have to be near the consumers. If it's a industrial shop, you have to be near the industries. So it depends on selection. Shop is also, you cannot just start. So you have to think before starting the shop, even small business, even services you want to deliver something, you have to think before you start something. Even if you are investing 100,000 INR or 10,000 INR, so whatever you are investing is your capital. So you have to start spending, but you have to think before you start spending whether you will be able to achieve your objective or not, whether you are at the right location or not, whether you are with the right capital or not. And most important is you are near the customer or not. Because today's scenario is you can do online business from anywhere. You don't need any shop, you don't need any location. Then situation is entirely different. You have to learn different skills.
Yeah.
You have to come out with different thinking pattern, how to identify customers, because customers are everywhere, but then you have to start thinking how to identify on the network online. So their investments are entirely different kind of investments. Skill sets are
Wow.
entirely different. Your possibilities are entirely different. So it depends
Yes.
on what you want to do and how you want to do.
Yes, Dr. Rajiv. Now, what you are saying is making 100% sense because many businesses they were offline before pandemic. Now, earlier, some businesses were business owners were aware of this fact that they have to go online, and they started preparing. They started shifting their entire mindset and skill set. But majority of them, when pandemic came, they waited for 1 year and then they realized that now there is no choice rather than going online. But when it comes to going online, doing business online and doing business physically, there is a huge, huge difference. And lot of things, the approach is different, the way of thinking is different, skill set required is different, and people are struggling actually at this level. And there are one more crowd who is still waiting that lockdown will get over and they will get back to their own old lifestyle. So what is your view on this? Should they wait for the old culture to come back in business and job, or should they change themselves according to the era now?
See, change is a process which is continuous. And if you are stuck in a situation and you don't want to change yourself, you are still waiting for something else to happen. Means you are still waiting for the situation to change. Then you are not changing yourself. So this was the golden period where you would have changed yourself to adopt to the new situation. If you are doing something which has either stopped or it is no longer profitable for you to do either the business or the job. So now you must assume that you have gone back to the situation where you started your life, where you started earning either in the job or in the business. And possibilities are always there. You have to compare that experience is one thing which you might have gained something, but thinking of restarting as a fresh mind will can help you to save your situation, to restart earning as soon as possible with the new skill set instead of waiting for the old things to come back to the same situation, because it will never go back to the same situation. We are in the new era now, and these kind of jerk will keep on coming. This is not the first, this is not the last.
Hmm.
As per my experience in different countries, what we start doing is building resilience in whatever we do.
Hmm.
So if something happened, like just suppose if it was an earthquake or some natural disaster due to which you have lost in the same way as in the pandemic.
Yeah.
So then you have to restart again. Either you have to rebuild your house, or you have to rebuild the organization, or you have to rebuild your skill set, or you have to change the location. All kind of problems are the same, even in physical disaster, natural disaster, or pandemic. So we should not think that pandemic is one of.
Hmm.
We have to be resilient in life, either by saving from what we are earning for our future expectations. Even if we are doing well, we should focus on earning more skills or save from current income to future problems. So
Wow.
you may be in a situation where you have done this, or you may be in a situation You just started your business, pandemic came. So you might have lost more than others. So some have lost less, some have lost more, but restarting is same for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Either their income level has gone to zero or it has reduced substantially. So we should think of those students, those startups which were just starting maybe 6 months before or 1 month before. From 1 year to 0 month, startup has the same requirement. So they might have invested 1 year in startup and because of the pandemic, it stopped. So
Mm.
they might have lost everything. But starting for them is much easier. If you are
Yeah.
new and you have not done anything, it is much better for you because you did not lose anything except time. So time is something which might be you have utilized to earn more skills or
Mm.
regroup or reconsolidate yourself and you come out with more power to start again.
True, true, true. That is such a positive perspective for somebody who is saying that I had just started my venture and it was on a toss, but it is amazing perspective. It is like now I'm so encouraged, and after talking to you, I'm feeling so relieved that it is like kind of a coaching for me as well from you. So I had a couple of questions now from the audience perspective also I'm asking. Like what do you think? You have that perspective to look at the world from country perspective. So you have good experience working with different countries. Where do you see India's future in terms of job, startups, and financial stability for individuals?
I think in compared to other countries, India will recover out of this situation much faster.
Oh, wow.
So now I can see the way things are opening up since last 3 4 months. Most of the things have recovered maybe 60%. In terms of business, recovery is very fast. If you have stopped doing business, that's a different scenario. But if you are at a stage where you just stopped for a while and you saved some expenses or you did additional expenses, if you have restarted, then recovery is very fast because demand has multiplied. I have been dealing with business organizations or individual consulting organizations or individuals who are doing small level businesses. All feeling is the same that recovery is very fast.
Oh,
We
wow.
are we are at a demand level before pandemic. Even our demands are higher than that. But problem is only for those percentage of people which could not start again where they
Oh.
left. So maybe
Mm.
they left because of they could not restart is because of they could not generate enough working capital funds to restart the business, or the skill manpower they were having has they terminated it in because they were about to save the cost, but they terminated them and they are not able to hire them again. So problems can be different for different kind of situation. So it has to be dealt with situation by situation, person by person, problem by problem, and it cannot be generalized for everybody because
True,
solution is
true.
different for everybody.
Absolutely. And like what you shared, I feel that what you're trying to tell us is to win the game, you have to be on the ground. If you're giving up and you are in the pavilion, then you will not win the game. And people who are
Yes,
gone to the pavilion, they don't know whether the demand is increasing, and they have a bright future, positive future here in this industry because the bad patch is going now, right? And that
and we
adaptability,
one
yeah.
more thing I will say: if you have decided to stop and you are not waiting for something because nothing will come to you. So
Hmm.
either you close down completely and do something, think again new things.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you will keep on doing nothing and you will keep on waiting for something which is not coming because you are not planning for anything. So unless you think either to close down and do something new, so you start thinking on new things, but you cannot wait.
True.
You are waiting for what you should be clear.
Yeah.
This is additional point which I want to say for those who stopped should be completely stop and go to something else. Either to, if they are sure they cannot start now business what they were doing, they should try to go back to the jobs,
Hmm.
and then they will get the chance to think again, make some earnings, and then think again what they want to do in life. So spending 1 year in job and consolidate yourself and your thinking to restart the business is a much better way of managing the crisis, instead of
Hmm.
keep on waiting for something will come from the government, or government policy will change, or you might have lost something which will come back. That will never happen. So you have to wake up and start thinking again, either in the new
Wow.
terms or
Hmm.
consolidation.
Awesome. Awesome. Yes. Yes. This is so realistic view, and this is so practical also. Very clear. Like, yes, nothing else can be done. This should be the approach. I loved it. So now to summarize few things, or in a gist, if you want to give us some do's and don'ts. This is complete no. What will be that?
Uh, I will say do's and don'ts also depends upon your
On the
situation,
individual situation. Yeah.
right? So for someone it is do, or someone another one it may be do not,
Oh, really, really good
right? So
point.
it is
Because
also scenario based, situation based, person based, where he is and where he want to go. So I will suggest that to do is something like he must establish where he is.
hmm,
This is the must do.
homework, as you said,
Yeah. So and
do
do
your
means you have to see where you are, and you also have to see where you want to go. So both are do. And don't is don't wait for something to happen, means from outside. It has to be generated
wow,
from inside you, not outside. You cannot wait for policy of government to change. Your life will end. It will never be same for everybody. So don't wait for something which is coming or may come or may not come. Do something which you can do. You do
wow,
improve your
yes,
skills. You do consultation with your friends or mentors or experts. Don't fall into the trap of sitting down doing nothing, or just try to acquire knowledge through Google or something. That will not help. That will only waste your time. So you have to
wow,
see what you need and go for it. Consult,
true, true.
change your mindset to positive, and do it. So action is the first thing. Limitation you have to create. You create your limitation. So remove what you have created and dominant rules.
There was some network issue, and
Can you hear
also
me
you
now?
mentioned that, yeah, I love the point you shared that today it is pandemic, today it is COVID, but you never know. Maybe down 2 years down the line, you will have some other challenge, some other challenge. This will keep on happening. The only attitude of a person will help him go and navigate through these challenges. The attitude of just being adaptable to the situations, keep doing things, be in action, consistent actions, right?
Right.
You are actually not only preparing us for this pandemic, but this is very big takeaway for me. Not only this pandemic, you never know. Something else will come up, something else will come up, and you cannot say that I'll wait for my happiness, my growth till this storm goes. Even in this,
No.
pandemic, you can make your life much, much better.
much better. And also in do's is like you must prepare for future situations. So this should be one of your future contingency. Saving for future contingency should be part of your plans. This is also must do.
Oh,
You
wow.
must save for future. So like it's not eating your profits every year. You must provide for contingencies for future, assuming that
Really?
in 8 to 10 years you some situation like this will come where you have to think and save now. So this is also one of the do's which everybody should do to control future
Awesome.
situations, and focus on possibilities, not on limitations.
I really agree. Like each and every word you're saying is very practical, very realistic, and very valuable. If someone applies it, I think this was one of the best live shows I had so far, and I'm so glad, so happy to have you here, and you accepted this invitation. Dr. Rajiv, I'm personally going to note down all the pointers that was takeaway from me, and I'm going to share that on all my social media channels because I loved all the points you shared. That gave a totally different perspective, a very broad and realistic perspective. Thank you so much, Dr. Rajiv.
Thank you, Seema.
I
Have a
really
nice
loved
day.
this talk today.
Thank you.
It was a great, great value addition for anyone who is into a profession now, any profession.
Okay.
Thank you so much. And with
Thank
this, we
you.
will say bye to all the viewers. And yeah, thank you guys for being here. You did not ask any questions, but I hope I had actually thought of all the questions and almost all the questions, not all. Thank you, Dr. Rajiv. So we'll connect later
Thank
as
you.
well.
Sure, sure. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Good night.
Good night.